Hey, what's going on, everybody? Eric from Denver Penny Picker here. Sorry I haven't posted a video for a while. It's been a really rough week. My brother passed away this past weekend. Um, my little laptop that I had kind of took a kaput. And just all kinds of just crazy stuff that happened this past week. So I do apologize for taking so long, but it's been a rough week. But anyways, I got some traded for some pennies I get to go through, doing the usual. I actually got quite a few of them this time that I did trade for. And I do have one little surprise that I'm going to show you in the video. It's really cool. But yeah, I'm going to start going through them. If I find anything interesting, I will cut in. So I'm just going to bring you in on a coin that has a lot of good varieties that you can look for, especially in RPM. It's a 1953D. I don't know if this has anything or not, but I'm just going to bring it under the scope for you just to show you what I'm looking for. So the biggest thing, first thing you look for is the placement of the D. All right, just looking at that. Let me find a pen or something I can use as a pointer. Here's a good indicator of machine doubling. You can see it right here. They're just nice and even. See if there's anything on the letters. So that basically happens when, yeah, there you go. You can tell on the G. See how it just kind of seems compressed a little bit right there? That's called machine doubling. So when they're going through the machines to get put into rolls, those machines can create that kind of stuff. But yeah, they look like they're a double die, but they're not. If they're nice and even, like you can see right there on that G around it, that's called machine doubling. That's nothing. It's just like on the mint mark. Big thing on a 53D is if you see, and you'll be able to see it with your naked eye, if you see the D more under the 5, it's more likely an RPM, repunch mint mark. I've got one over here somewhere. Let's see if it's this one. No, I can show you what I'm looking for. There it is. So you can see how that D is pretty much right in between the 9 and the 5. This is one that I found, and you'll see how the D is more under the 5, and then you can see the doubling on the D. So if you can visibly see that with your naked eye, that D, if it's more under the 5 like that, odds are pretty good that it's going to be a variety. So I just wanted to bring you in and show you what I look for, especially on a 53D. So hopefully that'll help you out. Sorry about the change of clothes. That searching took a little bit longer than I had anticipated. I had over 1,000 of them to go through. Bad news, I didn't find anything, which is very rare. Might not be now. I found a few lower mintage ones, but it's nothing that we haven't seen already in previous videos. But yeah, today's historical, 1955, Disneyland first opened up in Anaheim, California. What's another one? Arco, Idaho became the first city in the world to be actually run electricity by nuclear power. So that's kind of interesting. And for my family in Illinois, in 1955, you were the first state ever to implement a seatbelt law. They weren't even required to be in cars back then, but apparently Illinois saw something in 1955 to enact that law. And your pop culture history, according to Back to the Future, 1955 is when Doc Brown invented time travel, the flux capacitor. Anyways, here's a little surprise that I got for you that I said earlier in the video, my coin store that I like to go to, it's called a Coin World. These guys are awesome. It's over on Bowles and Long Avenue, right by the IHOP over there. These guys are great. They're very knowledgeable. And we were talking one day, and one of the owners was like, "Hey, I've only ever seen a 44D over S once in my life, and this guy's been doing it for 40 plus years." And this was a while ago, and I was searching through some pennies, and I happened to find one. And I went in one day and I said, "Here," I said, "this one's for you." I'm like, "You've only seen one in your entire life." And I found one, and I thought I'd give it back to you. Or give it to you, I should say. And it was really cool. When I was in there the other day, they go, "We got something for you." And I'm like, "Cool." He's like, "You've been awesome with us. We've been doing dealings and tradings and all of that." He goes, "I thought I'd kind of return the favor for you." So he actually sent it in. I wish that wasn't backwards, but it is a 1944 D over S. I'll switch cameras so I can show you. So it's an OMM, which is an over mint mark. So this is technically a 1944 Denver, but they accidentally had stamped an S on it. So yeah, there's technically two different mint marks on there, a D and an S. Let me switch cameras around. Sorry for the glare, but as you see, it's an OMM2 FS512, 1944 D over S, and it came back graded. I mean, this is awesome. It came back almost uncirculated 58. That's the highest you can get. The next one is an MS60. This is a $150 coin. Yeah. See if I can get it underneath the microscope to show you what I'm looking at, what I mean by the D over S. Sorry for the glare, just because of the case that it's in. But it's so cool they got it graded for me too, and then gave it to me. But as you can see on the D, you can see this little thing right here. That's an S mint mark. It'll actually technically kind of wrap around up to here and then go down to here. But this is a pretty rare variety. Definitely check your 44Ds. There's even RPMs on this one. So, but that's the little surprise I wanted to show you. Just remember, if you're in Denver area, a Coin World right over there on Bowles and Long Drive, right by IHOP. Great store. These guys are awesome. I'm sorry we didn't find anything this week, but we got to talk some interesting history. Kind of showed you what to look for on a 53D. Showed you that awesome surprise that my coin guy gave me. Yeah, I'm still giddy on that one. That's pretty cool. But hopefully I'll have another video here in a few days. We'll talk about something more on that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will see you next week. There's my camera.